Okay, before I even kick this off, I'm going to apologize ahead of time because against my better judgment, the topic I want to discuss today is AI. Hi, I'm DiPerro, EVP of Solution Architecture and Customer Transformation at Apex Digital Solutions. By my count, this is probably the 47,000th video or email or article you've seen about AI this week. And of that, probably 46,999 have either talked about how AI will cure world hunger or how it will end our civilization in a fiery wreck within 3 months. I'm here to offer something I think maybe a little more boring, but I also think closer to the truth. Here's the thing. AI is legitimately and genuinely an amazing technology. We've watched it write code, draft contracts, analyze data, and answer customer questions that just 3 years ago would have felt like sorcery. That's real. It's not hype. I see this happening every day with clients. But, and I think this is a big but, AI is not a magic wand. It's a sophisticated power tool. And like any other sophisticated power tool, if you hand it to someone that doesn't have a lot of training or a lot of experience or doesn't have a plan on what they're going to build, you're probably going to end up with a very expensive hole in the wall. So let me save you some time and money. Let's talk about what is AI genuinely good at. It's good at things like pattern recognition at scale, drafting and summarizing, coding assistance, search and retrieval across your enterprise content, triage and routing of, tickets, things like that for service desks. Anywhere there's high volume, repetitive cognitive work, AI really shines. But what it also shines at is producing spectacularly bad information if that's what you end up feeding it in the first place. With AI, data curation is absolutely essential. Too often I see customers point an agent at a document library in SharePoint as an example, and if it's poorly organized or worse, stocked with stale data, then that's exactly what they get back. But they get it back with a very confident answer, which is even more dangerous. You know the old saying, garbage in and garbage out. But there's also the flip side to all this AI horsepower. It used to be we were starved for content. Getting a solid couple of paragraphs out of someone or a slide or two about a work topic that you needed to present to a client could take 3 weeks plus a lot of begging. Now you ask a simple question and you can get back a 40-page dissertation on how to operate a stapler. We've gone from feast to famine and kept right on going. At this point, sometimes I need to utilize AI just to decipher an email I get from someone else that used AI to create that email. What is AI not great at right now? Anything that demands deep accountability with zero margin for error. Truly novel and strategic thinking, specialized domain expertise where stakes are existential. And this is the one that gets a lot of people, replacing humans entirely in a workflow that isn't broken in the first place. Here's where I see customers fail. They start with a technology and go hunting for the problem. They buy a platform, stand up a steering committee, hold a few summits, and 18 months later, they've got a gorgeous PowerPoint and maybe very little to show for it. Where I see customers win, and this is what we focus on at Apex, is they start with a specific, painful, and measurable business problem. They pick one workflow, they define success in dollars or hours or something very tangible. They keep humans in the loop for the first 6 months, they measure it, they iterate, and only then do they continue to scale it. That's really it. That's the whole secret. AI is not going to transform your company while you're at lunch, but used deliberately on real-world problems with real guardrails, it will absolutely change your business and what it is capable of. So pick your problem, start small, measure honestly, and for the love of everything, don't buy a platform before you have a use case. Thanks a lot, and have a great day.